can you educate me and people curious about this? Like, what is the power of light when you're telling a story, when you're creating a feeling, an experience? Like, what's the artistry of that?
Well, if you look at the drawings too, sometimes it's the absence of light. Like you would see
Darkness. Yeah.
this face, but then this would be completely black, but you would still see my eye,
Yeah.
which is like impossible, right?
Yeah.
But you believe it when you see it because it's there. So things like that were a lot of the tricks I tried first because I liked that about it. It's like you have a guy completely backlit, so there's no light on his face,
Yeah.
but yet his glasses are glowing white.
Yeah.
So we'd put fluorescent tape in there, hit that with a light, then we could turn it white later. The black and white really helps. And then just upping the contrast. But I mean, it's just something that you have a feeling for, but you're able to try it. In fact, when I took it to George Lucas said this to me early on because we're the only guys shooting digital. He said, "Man, it's so good you live in Austin. That's why I'm in Marin County. Because when you live outside of this box of LA, Hollywood, you think outside of the box automatically. You're just going to stumble upon innovations." And he was right. It was like, well, yeah, why aren't we shooting digital? Let's shoot digital. Why aren't we shooting digital 3D? Let's do that. Why don't we just use green screen for the background? You just start innovating because you're away from anyone saying, hey, you can't do it that way, which they would say if I was in LA. So we just came up with a whole other method. So I took him Sin City to check out the first thing I was going to show at Comic-Con. He said, now this will really show people what digital is capable of. This really shows how avant-garde you can get with that shit, that you could never have done that on film, you know? And so by me versing myself in that technology early, I was able to make a movie like that. And then everyone had to play catch up, you know? So you should always just that's why if people say, don't use those curtains, that's not going to work, just blow past those guys. Go innovate your own thing because sometimes not knowing is better. You know, being too naive to like, don't you know you shouldn't have been able to make that movie that way? People would say like that all the time.
Yeah.
How did you make Mariachi for $7,000? Just it's impossible. It's like, why do you keep using that word? Because it can't be impossible if I did it because I'm not that smart. And it's like saying, how did you get to the top of Mount Everest? It's impossible. Well, I just kept walking. I didn't realize it was kind of had a slope. I didn't really realize it was going up that high.